Information today is based on Patton's professional development on parent involvement. Today we'll focus on welcoming all students into the school community by talking about research in the law, setting the tone, environment, and different volunteer opportunities we have within our schools. Understanding the law and that the Individuals with Disability Education Act of 2004 requires us to improve results for students with disabilities. We are also required to facilitate parent involvement. Setting the tone for our schools. To help set a positive tone in our schools, we can convey a genuine regard and respect for our families. We can convey empathy and warmth. We can talk with people, not at people, and avoid ego-oriented behavior. Also, one of the most important things we can do is use active listening skills. It's imperative that two-way information in many forms flows back and forth regularly between school staff and family members. We need multiple ways to share this information, possibly email, along with Moodle and Sapphire, and the Remind app are great ways to keep information flowing. Active listening is a cornerstone of effective two-way communication and also affects the tone established within an organization. Be thinking, what do nurses, librarians, musicians, and those who work in business have to teach educators when it comes to customer service in a positive feeling tone? When setting up meetings, be sure we have a family-friendly environment. Use the same rules of etiquette we would expect to be used in our home. Provide name tags with names and positions if needed. Be sure to introduce everybody and explain the agenda and time frame. Be sure to anticipate that parents may become emotional and be prepared to be supportive if needed. Provide copies of any materials, and don't forget to follow up the meeting in a few days with a phone call. Always remember that you are the professional. So why do we want an environment in which respect and trust are established? Schools in which high levels of trust are established are 3 times more likely to report gains in reading and math scores. And schools in the top quartile on standardized tests have higher levels of trust expressed within their school community. When establishing respect and trust, consider the following. Focus on building trusting, collaborative relationships with teachers, families, and community members. Address family needs as well as bridge class and cultural differences. And embrace a philosophy of partnership with all involved. When establishing positive relationships, understand that parents know their children best. Exercise respect and develop relational trust by asking parents to offer suggestions on the following: how their children learn, what they like and dislike, their strengths, their weaknesses, and what the future looks like for them. The benefits of establishing trust and respect include the following listed in each column. The environment can play a critical role in parental involvement. What do we mean when we say accessibility and access to school? Accessibility means supporting parents and families who may not be able to access a school community through traditional means. As we know, federal laws guarantee certain rights to individuals with disabilities. This includes individuals with physical disabilities. To assist with accessibility, it is important that schools have clearly marked access to the school's main entrance. Common spaces are clean, uncluttered, and visually attractive, and school signs are written in a language spoken by the community. We also have social considerations for representation, engagement, and expression with our families. Check the readability of your school documents and information going home. Microsoft Word provides readability at the completion of spell and grammar checks. We also need to take into account cultural considerations when dealing with parents and families. Culture is a set of distinctive features of society or social group, and it includes lifestyles, values, traditions, and beliefs. Remember that respecting and safeguarding culture is a matter of human rights. Take into consideration if our parents, families, and community members see themselves and their cultures reflected in our schools. The school will display and showcase what the school values. Some suggestions to engage families of diverse cultures include enhancing cultural self awareness, learning about cultures of families in the community that we serve. Consider ways in which the culture of your families may influence their preference for participation, emphasizing information sharing in contrast to information giving. Avoid describing differences in a negative or judgmental manner. Providing guidance to speakers on a language and literacy levels that are appropriate. Consider cultural beliefs as they relate to greeting and touching others, matriarchal or patriarchal lines of authority, cultural values regarding issues such as time and privacy, and respect other cultures' views of authority and parents' roles. So, what can we do to draw more parents into the schools? We can offer events more than once. We can offer at different times during the school day and after school. Offer events on different days of the week. Provide childcare at these events. Offer in-home conferences. We can notify parents in advance of accommodations available. And provide online resources such as podcasts and webinars. In summary, to provide a welcoming environment for all, we want to have a family-friendly atmosphere that provides for physical accessibility in the school building and to school events during and outside the school day. We want to implement joint parent trainings and cultural responsiveness, and we want families to feel welcomed when at school meetings and that we can be flexible and have meetings held outside the normal school hour days. Volunteer opportunities within the school. Some points to ponder when talking about volunteer opportunities are to consider your own experiences as a volunteer. What impact did your volunteering have on yourself and the organization to which you volunteered? Think about if your school provides options for meaningful family involvement that contribute to student success. When families and schools partner, we can build relationships, link our activities to learning, address any differences, support advocacy to ensure schools and students have what they need to pursue success, and most importantly, focus to improve student achievement. Some items to consider with volunteer opportunities include assigning staff or an experienced volunteer to organize involvement training and match parent and volunteer time and talents with teachers' needs. Use volunteers to help meet school learning and behavior goals for individual students, and recruit family and community volunteers to act as tutors, mentors, lunchroom or playground companions, or be a part of the building's leadership team. Be sure to train volunteers in school improvement efforts and invite volunteers to attend a training session with school staff. You might want to involve volunteers in gathering data. How will your school measure progress, and what can volunteers do to help with that? And invite volunteers to a focus group session to help address an action plan, question develop school goals, or explore improving home school relationships. Please keep in mind that volunteerism at the middle and high school levels may look differently than at the elementary schools. Consider the following: blending parenting support into efforts to encourage positive youth development, character building, or youth service learning, welcoming ideas and volunteer time contributed by families in designing and carrying out service learning projects outside of school, and offering events and activities that parents and teens can enjoy together. Finally, it's important to see if your school views parent and family volunteers in a progressive light. Brainstorm a list of your school's existing parent and family volunteer opportunities and see where they fall below. Are they level 1 traditionals, like supplying cookies, cutting out pictures, and running off copies? Is it a level 2 moderate, where they might be listening to a child in the classroom read aloud or reviewing an educational game with a group of students? Or is it progressive, participating in the development of school improvement plans or strategic plans, participating in student exit portfolio reviews, or hold a seat on policy setting committees? Resources from PDE are listed on the following slides. We hope you take some time and investigate ones that may interest you and your school. Thank you.